Hi guys, hope you're doing well. Today I am revisiting an OG, so to speak, topic on my channel, and that is products that are worth the hype, not worth the hype, and not getting enough hype. I love creating this type of video. I didn't realize it had been almost a year since my last one, so I took way too many hours to sort through my makeup collection to figure out things that could go in each category. I have about 4 for each one. I'm gonna begin with the not worth the hype though, because I know that's why you're here. That's why I click into these types of videos. I'm like, well, let me see what you hate. So we're gonna start there. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Let's dive in. This product was like an immediate love of mine. I purchased one and received one as PR, and when I got home from Sephora and tried this out, I was just like, oh my god, this is going to be my new favorite highlighter. Not the case. It is the Kevyn Aucoin The Neo Setting Powder Matte to Glow. This was very much, I feel, lusted after. The highlight part was just a layover. It's not real, so to speak. After about 2 uses, it was gone. So the whole thing is just matte now. I don't mind it. It's a nice setting powder. It's not translucent though, so it's very light on the skin, so I tend to use it under my eyes sometimes. Yeah, I was a bit disappointed in this in that sense. Quality-wise, obviously, effing amazing. I've never used anything that was bad quality from Kevyn Aucoin. I just was wishing that it was actually matte to glow like forever. I didn't want it to just be matte to glow until the glow disappears from the overlay. Alright, I really liked the Tarte Clay Stick foundations upon first few uses. I was like all into it, using my shade as my base and then contouring with the shade a little bit darker. I was like, this is so easy, I can throw it on, oh my god. But the more I wore them, the more I noticed it was like just disappearing off of certain areas of my face. When I would apply it, it wouldn't look patchy whatsoever, but if I happened to even touch my face, it would just disappear, like noticeably so. There would be like patches where it was just not on my face, and I had a few of you pointing it out to me in a video where when I applied it, it didn't look like that, and I had been touching my face between cuts in editing, and it just looked patchy on camera. It does not stick to my face. I don't know if it's because I'm dry. I've tried it with so many different primers, but I feel like it was very much hyped up, and for me, it was just so not worth the hype. It just does not work on me. Oh man, these ColourPop concealers, I wanted to like them so badly. When I first applied it, I loved it, but I own 4 or 5 of the light shades, and all of them look gray on me. They apply gray, a gray-white, and then they oxidize to a very noticeable pink. Like, it's noticeably like a diffused salmon. I don't understand why they do that. The coverage, the way they blend out, the way they feel on the skin, the way they look like on the skin, not color-wise the way they look, is amazing, but the oxidizing is a little out of control. Last up in this category, this is the one that I got and I was like truly like, damn it, like disappointed because I just heard such good things. But it's the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. The atomizer on this is as if it was crafted by Jesus himself. It is the finest mist. It's so comfortable. It doesn't startle you when you're applying it. It applies the perfect amount, layers so prettily. The product itself, though, is like glitter water. This is another product that I bought one of and then received one in PR, and both of them had the same kind of glittery, lots of glitter effect, and like in an everyday sense, it's not that noticeable. Like, you don't look like you have just like little chunks of glitter all over your face, but in photo and out in sunlight, it's definitely something that is kind of shocking. Like, you can definitely see that there's a lot of glitter going on, and it looks kind of like a bunch of eyeshadow fallout. Moving into 4 products I feel are worth the hype. The first is Glossier Wowder. I have been using this every single day for the last week. Anytime I'm wearing any sort of cream product on my face, this is what I set with. I feel like this powder is pretty unique. So with the Cover FX one, for example, I love it, but I noticed that it can get cakey very quickly, especially under the eye. With this one, it does not get cakey whatsoever, even when you build it up under the eye with a damp beauty sponge, which is the way I have to do things because my dark circles just, they can't hang. It does not emphasize texture, it does not emphasize breakouts, it doesn't make your skin look dry. I have layered it up and have found no cons with it. It doesn't oxidize. I I'm in love. The one thing I will say though is that I really need them to come out with a fair shade, because this one works on me now. It's like the exact color as my skin tone. It's the shade Light, but I know in the winter this might be too dark for me. The Subculture palette was quite the fail, but the matte lipsticks, however, excellent. These are one of the best matte lipstick formulas I own, by Anastasia Beverly Hills, of course. Super lightweight when you apply them. It doesn't really feel like anything's on your lips, but they're so pigmented and so matte. They're also not drying at all. Usually matte formulas are somewhat drying on my lips, or they ball up or make my lips kind of peel as I'm wearing them throughout the day. These don't do that. The Skinny Dip palette by Jouer, I feel, is the unsung hero of hyped products, because this had a lot of buzz surrounding it, and then I feel like the buzz died off pretty quickly. But these formulas are some of my favorite. I'm wearing the shade Bikini today. I don't know if you can see it on my lids, because I just did a really light kind of 2000s inspired wash. No other shadows, just the glitter. These are really nice. You don't need to use a glitter glue with them at all. Like, for example, this is Starlight, just touching it one time, just one time. This is the exact same payoff you get on the eyes. Applies really beautifully with both a finger and a flat brush. I cannot find any cons with this. There's not really any fallout. The glitter does not really leave my eyes during the day. And this is all just over a regular eyeshadow primer. The Urban Decay Naked Skin Shapeshifter palettes are honestly some of the best powder contouring and highlighting palettes that I have ever used. The creams in here, very good as well, until you start to get to the actual like illuminating shades. I find that those have no payoff whatsoever, like not even a little bit. The other cream shades, however, are super, super good. They're a little bit different than any other cream contouring and highlighting shades I've ever used. A lot of the times cream contour and highlight feel like gritty, almost like they're like a wet, weird powder, and then you have to add oil to them to get them to work. With these, I don't have to do that as someone who's dry. I feel like they slide on really well and don't mess up my makeup or lift up my base. Dually though, I don't think they're going to be oily on anyone who's oily. They just have a very creamy, easy to blend, non-patchy situation. The powders, however, are what make this palette. I feel like these powders are a much better option than the Kim Kardashian contour kits that just came out, because they're very similar in that they have like the 2 light shades and the 2 dark shades, but I feel like the payoff is better. This one I'm wearing today, and it just like glided on like so easily. I just dipped the brush in one time, blended it out, good to go. So I feel like it would take me forever to go through any of these shades, which is a good thing. The highlight powder in here, I mean, it speaks for itself. Moving into products that I feel need more hype, more of us need to be using these. I have 5 of these. So the first is the Milk Makeup Flex Concealer. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about this, but there's a lot of buzz surrounding it. I personally love it. It's a very hydrating formula, which is great for my dry under eyes. It blends out beautifully, builds up beautifully, has a nice healthy sheen to it no matter where you apply it on the face. So if you're using it under the eye, it's going to create a nice luminized base for your highlighter to sit on top of. I just feel like it's really good. It's really, really good. I really like the packaging as well. The e.l.f. Liquid Matte Lipsticks, probably the best thing that e.l.f. makes. I'm gonna go with yes, a yes on that. With a lot of e.l.f. products, I'm like, I love it, but I love it, but I love it, but with this, it's just a full-on, I love it. It's like the exact quality of so many more expensive liquid lipsticks, but these are so affordable, as you know. They're very velvety on the lips, pretty transfer proof, not drying. Just, I could go on and on in that regard. Not streaky. The only thing I could say that's not in regards to like the quality of the product, it's not a but. I just wish that they had a more expanded shade range. I feel like there's only a few shades of these and they're all pretty cool toned, so I would like to see some nudes, some warm tones. Thanks. Thrive Cosmetics is coming out with 2 highlighters. These don't have the names on the back, so they will be on the screen, but not only are these pretty giant for highlighters, they're also the perfect subtle everyday illuminator. I feel like a lot of illuminators these days are very intensely metallic, just a lot of pigment is happening and they look like eyeshadows a little bit to me, but these are very subtle. The deeper one is a bit more of a rose gold and the lighter one is a bit more of a true gold. I feel like this one is almost too dark for me, but I feel like this one is also more subtle. Gives a really soft kind of satin sheen, whereas the rose gold one is the more intense one, which on my skin tone, I would use this more as like a bronzer topper, kind of like I've done today with that lighter highlighter. With these, they're subtle enough to where you really can apply them whichever way works best for you, which I love because it gives it a bit of a multifaceted, multi-application / use type of feeling. The MAC Studio Quick Trick Sticks, I feel like these are not talked about a lot because a lot of people are turned off by stick products because they're notoriously hit or miss, very hit or miss, but these are very much a hit. I have a lot of these and I haven't found any that I don't like. The formulas are all very similar across the board from color to color. Some of them are more of like 2 little blushes like this one, and then one's like a bronzer and a highlighter, or a blush and an illuminating blush. They kind of vary from shade to shade, but these apply so beautifully. If you're very into that whole type of Glossier, no makeup look, these are really fun to just draw on the face and then smudge out with your fingers. Dually, if you are in between like me or someone who really likes to wear a full face of makeup every day, these apply really prettily if you just kind of run a brush over them and then dab them onto your face. They give the most natural glisten to the cheeks and really make them look rounded and full and pretty. And lastly, one that I am confused as to why it's not getting a lot of hype is the NYX Ultimate Multi-Finish Shadow Palette. These palettes come in several different shades and they are so innovative. Why? I don't know why no one's really talking about them. So basically you get 4 matte shades that transcend into the same 4 matte metallics and then the same 4 matte glitters. The glitters in here, oh my gosh, honestly, like surpass their price point. They are such good quality, almost to the point where you don't have to use a glitter glue with them. They have a slight bit of fallout, but for the price, I am so impressed by how well formulated they are. The metallics are very subtle, but apply very intensely with a wet finger or a wet brush. And the mattes also apply really nice and creamily, if that's a word. I like these because you can apply them with the finger or a blush. I'm very into just using whatever tool is in front of me. A lot of times it's just the hands, and these just blend out so beautifully, which I feel is very rare in drugstore quality eyeshadows. A lot of the times they're just too dry, but NYX I feel is becoming known for having really creamy, easy to work with shadows, and these are no exception. That is all the recommendations I have for you guys today. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, found some new products you might want to go splurge on or save on, given the fact that some of them are drugstore. Let me know your thoughts on some of the products that I thought were worth the hype or not worth the hype, because I know everyone's different and likes different things, so I would love to have that discussion with you in the comments below. But yeah, thank you so much for clicking into this video and watching, and I will talk to you in my next one.